What would you think if I told you that we are not merely products of the universe, but that the universe itself is a reflection of us, a projection of our consciousness? It might sound bold, even revolutionary, but this concept isn't new. Across centuries, enlightened thinkers and mystics have hinted at this profound connection, and in recent years, scientists have begun to echo their insights. This is no longer a realm reserved solely for spiritual seekers. It's a subject of scientific exploration. Among the most intriguing voices in this dialogue is Robert Lanza, a biologist renowned for his work in regenerative medicine and stem cells. Lanza introduced the theory of biocentrism, a radical framework that challenges conventional notions of reality. According to biocentrism, consciousness is not just an attribute of life but the fundamental force that shapes the universe. In this view, time, space, and matter are not absolutes that exist independently of us. Instead, they are constructs that arise within consciousness, tailored by the act of perception. This flips the traditional understanding of the cosmos on its head. It is not the universe that gives rise to life but life, and consciousness, that gives rise to the universe. Imagine this: a world where your perception doesn't simply interpret reality but actively participates in creating it. Lanza's ideas are supported by observations in quantum physics, where the behavior of particles changes depending on whether they are observed. This phenomenon, known as the observer effect, suggests that consciousness has a direct influence on the fundamental fabric of reality. Pairing these quantum insights with his expertise in biology, Lanza presents a powerful argument for rethinking how we understand existence itself. But this journey goes beyond theory. It reaches into the practical, the tangible, and the transformative. What if you could use these ideas to not just understand reality, but to shape it consciously? What if you could tap into the quantum field, altering the vibrational energy that forms matter to manifest a life aligned with your deepest desires? At the heart of this exploration lies the subconscious mind, a powerful yet often overlooked force in shaping our reality. Embedded within it are patterns and beliefs, many of which we've carried unknowingly since childhood. These subconscious programs dictate much of what we experience in life. The good news? They are not fixed. With specific techniques such as visualization, meditation, and neuroplasticity-based practices, you can reprogram these patterns, aligning them with the reality you wish to create. Brainwave states also play a key role in this process. Altering brain waves to enter alpha or theta states allows us to access the subconscious mind more effectively, breaking through the barriers of habitual thought patterns. In these states, our minds become fertile ground for planting new ideas and intentions, seeds that will eventually manifest in the material world. Let's take this one step further: the quantum field. This unseen realm is where all possibilities exist simultaneously, waiting to be shaped by intention and focus. By visualizing not just what you want but the emotions associated with already having it, you can shift your vibrational energy. Gratitude, joy, and excitement act as catalysts, tuning your frequency to match the reality you desire, effectively attracting it through the law of resonance. This journey into the intersection of science, consciousness, and spirituality is not a detour from practicality. It is a bridge to empowerment. It is an invitation to see yourself not as a passive observer in the cosmos but as an active co-creator. Through understanding and applying these principles, you can begin to unravel the mysteries of matter and energy, and more importantly, your role in shaping them. Let's continue exploring this transformative perspective, delving deeper into the techniques and insights that connect us to the quantum field, our subconscious mind, and the boundless potential within us. Together, we'll uncover practices that not only explain these profound ideas but also allow us to embody and live them fully, reshaping the very fabric of our realities. Exploring the nature of reality, have you ever wondered what lies behind the world you experience? Is the reality we perceive truly material and physical? Or is there something deeper, something intangible, shaping the very fabric of existence? When we take a closer look at matter at the atomic and subatomic levels, an astonishing truth emerges. Most of what we think of as solid and tangible is actually empty space. Atoms, the building blocks of all matter, are made up of a nucleus surrounded by electrons. Yet the nucleus, which contains protons and neutrons, occupies only a minuscule fraction of the atom's volume. Electrons themselves are not solid objects but exist as probability clouds, their positions defined by quantum mechanics rather than fixed locations. Within the nucleus, protons and neutrons are made up of even smaller components, quarks and gluons. These components defy traditional notions of matter. Quarks are point-like particles, while gluons are carriers of the strong force that binds quarks together. Neither can be thought of as solid in the way we perceive objects in our daily lives. Instead, they are excitations of quantum fields, which permeate all of space. Quantum physics reveals an even deeper understanding. The universe is a vast, interconnected web of constantly fluctuating quantum fields. Subatomic particles like quarks, electrons, and photons are not independent entities but rather localized vibrations within these fields. These vibrations represent energy and probabilities, not tangible objects. The deeper we probe into the nature of matter, the clearer it becomes that what appears solid and substantial is, in fact, 99.99999% empty space. What we perceive as matter is energy, organized and vibrating at specific frequencies. The physical world, as it appears to our senses, is an intricate illusion created by the organization and interaction of this energy. Quantum physicists often refer to this underlying energy as the quantum field, an invisible and dynamic force that governs the behavior of particles and, ultimately, the structure of the universe itself. This understanding of the universe as fundamentally energetic resonates with ancient wisdom. For millennia, sages and enlightened individuals have described existence as a dance of spirit or energy. They spoke of the interconnectedness of all things and the role of vibration in shaping reality, concepts that modern science is now beginning to validate. Everything in the universe is in constant vibration. From the smallest subatomic particle to the largest celestial bodies, everything resonates at a frequency unique to its composition and state. This principle not only governs the behavior of matter but also extends to our thoughts and emotions. These, too, are forms of energy vibrating at specific frequencies. Through their interaction with the quantum field, they have the power to influence and shape the reality we experience. The principle that like attracts like emerges from this understanding. Vibrations of similar frequencies naturally align, creating patterns and structures in both the material and energetic realms. This idea mirrors key teachings found in ancient texts, such as the Hermetic laws outlined in the Kybalion. Two of these laws stand out as especially relevant. 1. Everything vibrates, nothing rests, all things are in constant motion. This fundamental truth is reflected in the perpetual fluctuations of quantum fields and the continuous flow of energy throughout the cosmos. 2. As above, so below, the patterns and principles governing the microcosm mirror those of the macrocosm. Just as particles organize and interact at the quantum level, so do larger systems, planets, ecosystems, societies, align according to vibrational harmony. These timeless insights bridge ancient wisdom and modern science, providing profound perspectives on the true nature of existence. What if the universe is not merely a collection of physical objects but an interconnected field of energy, where our own consciousness plays an active role in shaping reality? What if the vibrations of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions ripple through this field, influencing the very fabric of our lives? The deeper we venture into this exploration, the more we begin to see the potential within ourselves to align with these principles. Understanding the vibrational nature of reality opens the door to new possibilities, inviting us to become active participants in the creative process of life itself. There is so much more to uncover, a path that leads not just to understanding but to transformation. Resonance is the phenomenon where one vibration or energy frequency influences another, amplifying it. Imagine two tuning forks. If you strike one, the other begins to vibrate simply because it shares the same natural frequency. This principle applies not only to physical objects but also to the vibrations of energy, thoughts, and emotions that we emit and absorb in our daily lives. If you vibrate at a frequency of scarcity and fear, you naturally resonate with situations, people, and experiences that echo those lower frequencies. This resonance reinforces a cycle, pulling you deeper into alignment with scarcity and fear, creating a feedback loop that perpetuates these states. Everything in existence that vibrates at the same frequency syncs up, intensifying the energy you're already emitting. The same principle works in reverse. When you vibrate at a frequency of love, gratitude, and positivity, you resonate with circumstances and relationships that reflect and amplify those higher vibrations. These elevated frequencies attract experiences that nurture growth, joy, and abundance, further boosting your positive vibratory energy. It's like an upward spiral where one good thing leads to another, aligning you with an entirely different plane of existence. In essence, our personal vibrations act as a tuning mechanism for the universe, determining what we attract and manifest in life. Whether consciously or unconsciously, we are constantly broadcasting our energy into the quantum field, and the universe responds in kind by bringing us experiences that match our frequency. As you raise your vibrational frequency, the world around you begins to adapt, reflecting this higher state back to you. This is not merely about external changes, it's about shifting your internal state of being. When you consciously elevate your energy through practices like mindfulness, gratitude, or intentional thought, the reality you perceive and experience undergoes a profound transformation. One of the most fascinating aspects of this shift is its ability to produce retrocausal effects. In this context, retrocausality suggests that changes in your current vibrational state can influence your perception of past events or even the outcomes you associate with them. For example, what once seemed like a failure might reveal itself as a pivotal learning experience when viewed from a higher state of consciousness. This shift in perspective alters how the past integrates into your present, harmonizing with your elevated energy. As your vibration increases, you find yourself aligning with a higher dimension of consciousness, one that transcends fear, doubt, and limitation. In this elevated state, the boundaries of what you once believed possible begin to dissolve, opening the door to a reality shaped by love, abundance, and infinite potential. The universe is mental. What you perceive in reality isn't material but a projection of your beliefs, subconscious programs, and expectations, much like the findings of the double-slit experiment in quantum physics. This experiment serves as a profound illustration of how consciousness influences the material world. In the double-slit experiment, subatomic particles like electrons behave as waves when they are not observed, creating an interference pattern on a screen. This shows that particles don't exist as fixed, solid objects but rather as probabilities, coexisting in multiple potential states. However, when these particles are observed, their probabilities collapse, and they behave as solid particles, passing through only one slit. This strange behavior demonstrates how observation itself can alter quantum reality, suggesting that consciousness plays a crucial role in shaping the very fabric of the material world. Albert Einstein famously said, "The field is the sole agency governing the particle." In this context, the field refers to the invisible forces that govern the interactions of matter. This statement implies that by altering the field, the underlying energy and consciousness, we might be able to influence matter itself. Yet, despite these groundbreaking insights, most people continue to view reality through a materialistic lens. We often see ourselves as victims of external circumstances, trapped in a reality that seems beyond our control. This perspective is deeply rooted in subconscious programming we acquire during childhood, particularly when the brain operates in a theta state, absorbing information without questioning it. These subconscious programs, many of which are limiting or self-destructive, govern much of our behavior, influencing how we perceive and interact with the world around us. Quantum physics and epigenetics, however, challenge this victim mentality. They suggest that we are not merely passive observers of our environment or victims of our genetic inheritance. Instead, we are active creators of our experience. The reality we see is a direct projection of our consciousness and subconscious beliefs. By shifting our consciousness, we have the potential to change the reality we experience. This idea aligns with the wisdom of ancient spiritual traditions and modern science alike. Philosophers and spiritual thinkers, such as the concept of Maya in Hinduism, have long asserted that reality is an illusion, a projection of the mind. Quantum physics and contemporary researchers seem to echo this, with some even suggesting that we may be living in a simulation or mental projection. As Einstein said, reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. This idea isn't merely abstract philosophy, it's increasingly supported by the findings of modern science. Consider dreams, for example. In dreams, entire worlds emerge from our consciousness, creating experiences that feel as real as waking life while we're immersed in them. Upon waking, we recognize that these worlds were mere fabrications of our mind, but while we were in the dream state, the experience was entirely real. Our waking life, viewed through the lens of fractality, might be a similar projection, just occurring on a larger scale. The concept of as above, so below reminds us that the microcosm reflects the macrocosm. If we can influence the dream world through lucidity, perhaps we can alter our waking reality by awakening to a higher state of consciousness, not the fragmented ego consciousness we are accustomed to, but a unity consciousness connected to the quantum field that underlies all things. Despite this immense potential for transformation, most people feel trapped in a world dictated by subconscious programs and societal conditioning. These societal structures often teach us to feel small and powerless, reinforcing the idea that we are controlled by forces outside of our influence. However, the truth is that we have the power to break free from these limitations. By consciously examining our thoughts, beliefs, and subconscious programs, we can begin to reshape our reality, aligning it with our deepest desires and aspirations. The key to this transformation lies in awareness, becoming aware of where your consciousness resides and what patterns you are operating from. Our thoughts and beliefs shape our emotional responses, which, in turn, influence our actions and the reality we experience. By shifting these patterns, we can begin to reshape the world around us, much like the observer in the double-slit experiment, influencing the probabilities of our reality. We are not passive bystanders in this process. We are active participants in creating the reality we experience. The real question becomes, are we ready to recognize our power and take conscious control of our thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately, our world? In doing so, we can tap into the limitless potential that exists within the quantum field, where everything is possible and reality is just waiting to be shaped by the mind. To stop being victims of circumstances and become creators of our reality, we must reprogram our minds, replacing limiting and outdated programs with new conscious and empowering ones. These limiting beliefs often stem from our past experiences, societal conditioning, and even our genetics, which have shaped the way we view ourselves and the world around us. These old programs can make us feel trapped in cycles of fear, scarcity, and helplessness. However, by becoming aware of these subconscious patterns, we can begin the process of rewriting them, consciously choosing more empowering beliefs that align with our highest potential. Reprogramming the mind requires deliberate effort. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about replacing deeply ingrained subconscious programs that have been running for years. This process often involves tools like affirmations, meditation, and mindfulness practices, which can help us rewire our neural pathways. By focusing on new, empowering beliefs, we shift the lens through which we view the world, allowing us to see more opportunities and possibilities. The more we practice these new ways of thinking, the more naturally they will become, ultimately reprogramming our subconscious mind to support the life we desire. Moreover, we must learn to create not only from matter, but also by accessing the quantum field. This is where the magic truly happens. The quantum field is the source of all energy, where every possibility exists in a state of potential. By consciously engaging with this field, we can influence the probabilities of our reality, bringing forth the experiences we want to manifest. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools we have to access the quantum field. When we visualize our desires with clarity and emotion, we are projecting them into the quantum field, where they begin to take shape and move toward manifestation in the three-dimensional reality we experience. Visualization works by aligning our energy with the frequency of our desires. When we vividly imagine what we want, Especially when we infuse these visualizations with strong positive emotions, we send out energetic signals into the quantum field. These signals act like a magnet, drawing similar energies and circumstances into our lives. Just as thoughts and emotions are forms of energy, they interact with the field, influencing the reality we see around us. The more consistently we visualize our desires and feel the emotions associated with them, the more aligned we become with the energetic vibration of our goals, speeding up their manifestation. In this way, we are not just passive observers of our lives but active participants in the creation of our reality. By changing our internal state, our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we can influence the external world. This process involves learning to create not just from the physical realm but from the invisible quantum field, where energy and potential exist in abundance. As we continue to develop our ability to work with the quantum field, we begin to realize that we are more powerful than we ever imagined. We are no longer at the mercy of circumstances or limited by outdated beliefs. We are conscious creators, shaping the world around us with intention and focus. This shift in perception opens up a realm of endless possibilities, where we can align with the highest version of ourselves and manifest the life we've always desired. But the key to all of this is awareness. Awareness of our inner world and the realization that we have the ability to shape our outer world through the power of our consciousness. The first thing we should do is become a witness, an observer of our own actions and behaviors. This step is crucial because often we live our lives on autopilot, reacting to situations and circumstances without really thinking about how we are responding. But if we can take a step back and observe ourselves, we can begin to identify the programs running in our subconscious, especially the negative ones, and start to work on them. This is the first and most powerful step in shifting our reality. When we react to life's circumstances, we need to make it a habit to pause and observe ourselves. Why did we respond in that way? What triggered that emotional reaction? Are we responding based on past programming, or are we responding in a way that serves our highest good? Instead of simply reacting impulsively, we should cultivate an awareness that allows us to step into the role of observer, even in the midst of challenging situations. And if we do find ourselves reacting in a way that doesn't serve us, we can reflect on that response, analyze it, and work to change it moving forward. At first, we may not be able to change our reactions immediately. Our subconscious programs are deeply ingrained, often formed over years of life experiences, conditioning, and beliefs we've picked up along the way. But by constantly observing ourselves and staying committed to growth, we can gradually correct these automatic responses. Every time we notice an unconscious reaction, we have the opportunity to reflect, learn from it, and choose a different response next time. This process is slow and steady, but over time, it creates lasting transformation. The first step in this journey is to become aware of our subconscious programs. These programs are often what hold us back from living the life we truly desire. They shape our actions, our thoughts, and even the way we view ourselves and the world. Most of the limitations and deficiencies we experience in life stem from beliefs about deservingness and self-love. If you don't believe you deserve love, happiness, or abundance, you will unconsciously push those very things away, no matter how much you consciously desire them. These limiting beliefs create a block in the energy flow, preventing us from receiving what we want in life. The belief in unworthiness is particularly insidious because it often operates under the surface, hidden in our subconscious mind. It affects the way we approach relationships, career opportunities, and even our self-care habits. For example, if we believe we're not worthy of success or happiness, we may sabotage opportunities, avoid taking risks, or procrastinate on our goals. We may even tolerate toxic relationships or situations because we don't believe we deserve anything better. To shift this, we need to start by consciously recognizing these limiting beliefs and gently working to replace them with healthier, more empowering ones. This can involve using affirmations, engaging in self-care practices, or seeking therapy or coaching to address deep-rooted issues. The goal is to recognize our inherent worthiness and open ourselves to receiving love, abundance, and all the positive things life has to offer. As we observe our thoughts and behaviors, we begin to realize that much of what we experience in life is a direct reflection of what we believe about ourselves and what we feel we deserve. This realization is liberating because it means we have the power to change our beliefs and, in turn, change our reality. We are not passive participants in life's events. We are active creators, and it all starts with becoming the observer, observing our thoughts, feelings, and reactions, and making the conscious decision to shift them when necessary. After identifying our limiting beliefs, especially those related to self-love and self-esteem, we can begin the process of reprogramming our subconscious mind. One of the most effective methods is to listen to positive affirmations that reinforce new beliefs. These affirmations should be targeted at the very programs we want to change. Every night before we fall asleep, when our brain waves begin to slow down and enter the theta state, the same state we experienced as children when our subconscious minds were most impressionable, we can reprogram ourselves intentionally. This time before sleep is ideal because our subconscious is most receptive to new information. We can create affirmations designed to directly counteract the limiting beliefs we've identified, and then record them in an audio format. The key to effective affirmations is that they should always be phrased in the present tense. For instance, instead of saying, "I will be abundant," we should say, "I am abundant." This small change in language helps to solidify the belief as if it is already true in the present moment, rather than something that might happen in the future. Listening to these affirmations as we drift off to sleep allows our subconscious mind to absorb and integrate the new beliefs deeply. To further enhance the process, we can add relaxing music or binaural beats to the recording. These sounds help the brain transition into a deeply relaxed state and can even aid in inducing a form of self-hypnosis. Repetition is a crucial element in this process, just as it is when we learn any new skill, like driving or playing a musical instrument. Consistency is essential, and the more often we repeat these affirmations, the more deeply they will sink into our subconscious minds, gradually transforming our belief system. Creating from the quantum field. Once we begin to change our inner programming, we can start creating from a deeper, more expansive level, the quantum field. To create from the quantum field, rather than just manipulating matter, we must connect with the source and create from a state of fullness. This requires us to focus entirely on the present moment, disconnecting from the physical limitations of our body, senses, and surroundings. In doing so, we shift from being physical beings to pure consciousness. In this state, we draw energy away from the material world and deposit it into the void. This void is a field full of energy and frequencies, with endless probabilities waiting to be brought into existence. When we open ourselves to this void, something profound happens. Our brain starts to operate more coherently. The previously scattered and divided parts of our brain begin to unify, and the brain begins to resonate at a single frequency. This coherence allows the brain to function as a unified neural network, with the two hemispheres synchronized. As a result, we experience a profound sense of fullness and connection to the field, a place where creation is limitless. As our brain shifts from beta waves to slower, more coherent waves, it generates electrical signals that correspond to our intentions. The clearer and more focused our intention, the stronger the signal that is sent out into the field. The act of transcending our identity and stepping into this unified state of consciousness allows us to impact the collective consciousness as we become one with it. In this moment, the universe aligns itself with our intention, bringing about the conditions and circumstances that allow our desires to manifest. The energy of the heart. At this point, the heart's energy plays a crucial role in the process of creation. The heart's energy is the energy of pure love, and love is the very essence of the source. Think of yourself as a ship. Your mind's intention acts as the rudder, guiding you, while your heart serves as the engine, propelling you forward. In order to manifest your desires, you must not only focus on your intention, but you must also fall in love with your desire. Feel the joy and excitement as if your desire is already a reality. This emotion generates a powerful magnetic field around your heart, and it's this field that attracts your desires into your life. The magnetic field of the heart extends up to 3 meters beyond the body, and the more coherent this field is, the greater its ability to attract what you desire. The clearer your heart's energy, the more effectively it sends the signal to the quantum field. When your energy resonates with a possibility in the quantum field, it begins to manifest in your reality. You will start noticing synchronicities, coincidences, and opportunities that align you with your desire. These manifestations are not just limited to small, insignificant events, but can encompass major changes and profound shifts in your life. This process is like a dance between intention, emotion, and energy. As your heart and mind align with the quantum field, the universe responds in kind, delivering experiences that match your vibrational frequency. When your heart's energy is aligned with your desires, your magnetic field will naturally pull those desires towards you, creating the life you've always dreamed of. Your internal energy has the power to shape your external reality, and this interconnectedness with the quantum field becomes a feedback loop, continuously drawing you closer to the manifestation of your goals. The more you practice this alignment of intention, emotion, and energy, the more you will see the world around you begin to shift in remarkable ways. Opportunities that once seemed distant or unattainable will start to appear. You will begin to find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, and experiencing the flow of life in ways you never thought possible. As the universe aligns with your inner state, the once separate threads of your life start to weave together, forming a tapestry that mirrors the desires and dreams you hold in your heart. Next, let me share a practice to help you create from the quantum field. Find a quiet, comfortable space where you can sit or lie down, ideally in a dimly lit environment. Begin by counting down from 100 to 0, visualizing each number in the space between your eyebrows. Slightly elevate your eyes about 20%, as this helps your brain transition into alpha waves. If you find yourself distracted or lose your place, simply continue from where you left off. When you reach 0, you'll have entered a state of deep relaxation. Your breathing will have slowed, your heartbeat will calm, and your brain will be resonating in more coherent alpha or theta waves. Visualization. Once you've reached this relaxed state, it's time to focus on what you wish to manifest in your life. Whether it's a specific experience, personal transformation, or any other goal you wish to achieve, visualize it clearly in your mind. Picture yourself already living that experience. Engage every sense, see the sights, hear the sounds, feel the textures, and even smell the air. Imagine yourself in the achieved scenario, recreating every detail as vividly as possible. It's like programming a game that you will later play out in your three-dimensional reality. The key to successful manifestation through visualization is to focus deeply on the emotions tied to your desire. Feel immense gratitude, joy, and excitement as if your desire has already come true. This emotional intensity is what will set your intentions in motion, allowing you to align with the energy of what you want. When to practice? This visualization exercise can be done at any time, but it is particularly powerful when done before sleep, followed by listening to positive affirmations as you drift off. It is also highly effective just after waking up, as your brain waves are naturally closer to alpha at that time. The moments right after you wake up or right before you fall asleep are when your subconscious is most receptive to the information you feed it. During the practice, stay deeply relaxed and forget about your body and surroundings. The only focus should be the experience you're visualizing in your mind. Make sure the emotions you feel while imagining this experience are intense and real, as this is the most critical aspect. While the images represent your intention, the emotions are what make you vibrate at the frequency of your desire. This resonance is what attracts your desires to you. As you continue to practice and program this game, the universe will respond creatively, guiding you toward your destiny through synchronicities, unexpected events, and serendipities. These divine nudges will enrich your journey and bring you closer to your desired reality. Of course, physical actions are still necessary, but they will flow naturally and effortlessly, aligning with your desires in ways you might not expect. The more you practice, the more you will notice how life begins to mirror your intentions. As you move forward, stay open to the possibilities that the universe presents. Your role is to remain aligned with your emotions, your vision, and the magnetic frequency of your desires. This practice not only shifts your energetic state but empowers you to step into the quantum field, where everything you desire is already waiting for you to tap into it. By doing so, you become a conscious creator of your life, crafting your experiences from the very source of creation itself. That's it for today. I hope this practice and information have been insightful and inspiring. Keep practicing, and soon enough, you'll notice how your reality begins to shift in ways that align with your deepest desires. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.